Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adrienne, and today we're starting a new reading vlog. This one's a little special though because it's going to include Lalathon. Quickly, if you don't know, Books and Lala, aka Kayla, here on BookTube, makes a lot of cool videos on the internet, and she has a lot of favorite books that sometimes we all like to get together and try out some of her favorite books. So that's what Lalathon is. You can either read her favorite books or reread your own favorites. I'm gonna be reading a couple of her favorite books, especially because my taste doesn't always align with hers. Depending on the genre, we could have complete opposite taste. So there are a handful of books that she loves that I've been skeptical to try, but very interested in. So today I'm gonna be picking up the Literally Dead book club pick, which is her book club. And the book for March is The Spite House by Johnny Compton. So I'm going to be reading this before Lalathon starts. This is a haunted house book with a single father and his children moving into a haunted house. Besides this book, once Lalathon begins, I'm going to be reading Bunny by Mona Awad, which is a BookTube favorite book. And there are multiple booktubers who have made Bunny their personality. But I heard about it and saw it first from Kayla, so I feel like it's just proper to read it in honor of Lalathon. That one I ordered and it should be here tomorrow. And then the other book I'm gonna read for Lalathon is gonna be a surprise. Not because I want to be mysterious, but because I'm not sure which one I'm gonna pick yet. It depends on how much time I have, how far I get into my reading, and what I'm in the mood for. But I just needed to let you know that I am starting Spite House today, and I'm very excited to read it. I forgot to tell you that this book follows a family who gets paid to move into a haunted house to prove that supernatural, haunty, scary stuff is actually happening. Hello. It's the next day now. I started The Spite House by Johnny Compton last night, and I read 13 pages. Spite House, obviously I'm only at the beginning, but we have a single father who I'm not sure the history yet, but it seems like he's taken his two children illegally, but they are willingly with him, but he can't get a real job because of this. He has to get things that like pay under the table and whatnot. I mean, they're always on the move, staying in hotels, getting little jobs here and there, and he's struggling to take care of his children. So he sees an ad for this house, he calls them, they call him back, time for an interview or something. And that's all I've read so far. It is a work day. I just started my lunch break, so I'm gonna make some lunch, but also clean up a bit because it's very messy in here. And I'm watching Vanderpump Rules. I have been slacking on reading recently because I started watching Vanderpump Rules again because I heard there's some major drama going on. Don't spoil me because I don't know what it is yet. But I had stopped watching Vanderpump Rules midway through season 8. And I realized once I found where I left off, it was because it was so much wedding stuff. And I don't like wedding stuff. Anyways, I got through it and it was fine and lovely. Actually, the weddings were wonderful. And now I'm midway through season 9. So I had to cut back on the Vanderpump Rules, get more into the reading. But now I'm gonna go make some lunch. A rather quick update. If you hear a lot of water noise, I think they're draining the pool or something. There's a lot of water flowing outside the window. I've read a little bit more of Spite House, not really enough to give you an update, but there is a little bit of paranormal stuff going on with the youngest daughter. We have our three main characters: Eric, the dad, Desi, the 18-year-old daughter, and then Stacy, the 7-year-old daughter, and she's got like a little bit of powers going on, which I'm excited for. But I just finished getting ready. Did you just see me wear this shirt? I pulled it out of the dryer so I could rewear the outfit I just wore the other day. Literally, the jeans pockets I'm wearing are wet. They haven't had enough time in the dryer, but this is just the outfit I've been wanting to wear. So I'm about to meet my sister for dinner, and then we're going to see Nate Bargatze, which if you don't know who that is, he's hilarious. Go watch his Netflix special. He's so funny. But I got a package. Don't know what that is. Bunny is here. and I'm very excited. But I had to finish Bite House before I can start Bunny. So that's the plan. But it's time to leave now, so I'll update you and tell you how funny is Nate Bargatze this time. Because we did see him before, and he's very funny. And last time we saw him was at a theater, and now this time when we're seeing him, he's at an arena. So that just shows how much he's growing, which is exciting for him. Okay, time to leave.
Thank you. This is Flora.
Hello, I have to update you right now on the Bite House. I'm on page 185 and a lot of things are going on. This book is very unique in a way. We're not getting the longest like scary sequences because we keep jumping perspectives. So I'm not very scared, but I am very intrigued because we're getting history of the main character and his family, the woman who hired him and her family, the house that is haunted and that family, the town. So I'm very intrigued to see what the heck is going on with everybody and get some answers. The situation with the family staying in the house, the family doesn't quite know what's happened to other people who've stayed in the house. So now there's other people who are trying to interfere. Like, do you know the risk that you're getting into? And there's definitely lots of hauntings, lots of supernatural stuff going on. I really like the history of the main character's grandpa, who's like, I don't know, this dark, weird guy. Who is he more than just a man? Who knows? And there's like some stuff about dying and curses and maybe dying and coming back or something. Who even knows what's happening? But I'm intrigued. I love that we're getting all these different perspectives. I don't feel too deeply connected with anyone, but I don't really care about that. It's good so far. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. Now that Lalathon has officially started, I started the audiobook for My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. So the plan is to read My Heart is a Chainsaw and Bunny for this readathon, but that's going to take me a little while, so I'm going to extend it for myself because I want to get those read and this is the opportunity to read those books. So I will be extending it a little farther than it's meant to be, but we'll see how long it actually takes me. Also, I already told Kayla that those are the two books that I'm reading, so now I have to do it.
Heart is a Chainsaw and Bunny. Ambitious.
Hello, you're sitting in my dress right now. I'm here to update you that I finished reading The Bite House by Johnny Compton. And 3.5 maybe. This book was interesting, fun, complex, but not interesting enough, not fun enough, not complex enough, I would say. There's a lot going on, kind of, but it's also kind of boring. And I never felt that attached to any of the characters. So I'm left a little unsatisfied from this one, but it was fun and I'm glad that I read it for book club. But now I've been listening to the audiobook for My Heart is a Chainsaw, and I'm gonna focus more on this. This book, it's by Stephen Graham Jones. I have a history with him. I've read multiple short stories from him, novellas, and loved them. I really enjoy his writing and characters. This one very much reminds me of Night of the Mannequin. Like the main character, her personality, her thought process, her looniness. But this book follows our main character Jade, who's obsessed with horror films, the horror genre. And she has a not so great home life. But the town that she lives in, she is seeing the precursors to a slasher. It's gonna happen in her hometown. She's a little unhinged. Like this new girl comes to town and she's like, oh my gosh, that's the ideal final girl. She's perfect, she has this going on in her life. She seems like a final girl from a horror film. So she's kind of obsessed with that, but also I think she's right because at the very beginning, opening scene of the book, 2 people died. Jade is trying to get clues to see if this is really happening. She's an outcast. She doesn't have friends. She's weird. She goes off on these long, weird tangents in her brain where they don't make any sense. She's obsessed with horror. She wants to be in a slasher. That's what I'm reading. I'm enjoying it so far. Not loving it, but like it's weird, strange, fun. Very Stephen Graham Jones. And right now, I'm at home and I need to do some cleaning, chores, water 1 million plants. So I'm going to turn on my audiobook while I do that. So in the morning, I was with my boyfriend and he was doing trivia questions for me. And I was trying to warm up my brain for a potential gaming competition, which didn't happen. I'll let you know when it happens. But one of the questions was a multiple choice trivia. Which of these is not a birthstone? Jade, peridot, and something else. And I said jade. The answer was correct. Fast forward. I'm reading this book. Our main character, Jade, meets someone, tells her her name is Jade, and the other girl says, "Oh, Jade, that's my birthstone." First off, discrepancy, obviously. Is it a birthstone or not? Who knows? But just how weird that the day I was randomly asked that trivia question, out of all the trivia questions in the world, is the day that that page of the book happened. And I know I talk about these book coincidences all the time, but I'm gonna keep sharing them because they're so weird. But anyways, I'm on page 330 of 405 pages of My Heart is a Chainsaw. It's so good, it's so weird, but so much fun. I was struggling a bit closer to the beginning just because Jade is so in her head, in her imagination, obsessed with slashers, interpreting what's happening in real life, like translating into, oh, this is probably a slasher because blah blah blah. I was like, okay, this is a little much for me. I don't even like slashers, by the way. But then once she talked to other people and interacted with them while having these thoughts in her head and discussing them with them and seeing their reaction, like brought it back to earth a little bit and then made me appreciate her brain more. Not that it changed or explained anything, but it just, I don't know, there was something grounding about it that got me back into the story. So I have, what was that, 72 pages left to read. It's so I don't know. I'm near the end, obviously, and stuff's going down, so I just need to tell you before I finish it. Also, I finally finished watering my plants. It took so long, but for some reason I still want to buy more. I don't think you've seen any cats yet this vlog. Hello. Hello. I finished My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones, and I'm giving it 3.5, I think. So I did enjoy it, but I just wasn't in love with it. But I am fascinated by it. I feel weird about it. It's good. I love how weird it was, but there's just something that didn't tug at the heartstrings, you know? But that's okay because I have another book to read. So I am reading Bunny by Mona Awad now, and I'm on page 35. So basically, we're following our main character, Samantha. She is in a writing program at Warren University in New England, and there's a group of girls called the Bunnies that are super weird, strange gals. There's a group of 4 that are just weird, sunshiny. They all call each other Bunny, and they're just like always all over each other and just like, oh, I love you, Bunny, you're so funny, ha ha ha. They're just weird people, and our main character hates them, hates the bunnies, but then they invite her to the smut salon, which is at this girl's house. And I feel like anyone who's read this, they're like, they know that I'm in for a world of chaos, but I'm just 35 pages in, just like, okay, what's gonna happen? I have no idea. So I'm super excited to read that. But I am excited to return and get more of Bunny read. I've been dying to know what this book's about for years and years, and I'm finally gonna find out. But I do have to share with you that I just went to a cat refuge. It was incredible. It's a place where they have a bunch of cats that are up for adoption that just live out on this land, and they have some houses that they can go hang out in, and like all this stuff outside, all these little cat houses and homes and climbing things, and it was so cute. So while I drive, I'll show you that footage because it's, I mean, if you love cats, it's so cute. I finished Bunny. I definitely meant to update you more often, but it didn't happen. I didn't know what to tell you, what to talk about, because I don't want to tell you anything that happens in this book. It was so strange, but so much fun. I'm giving it like a 4.25, I'm gonna say. Very specific. For weirdness, 10 out of 10. Fun concepts, 10 out of 10. Writing, 10 out of 10. But the things I did not love are the main character's perspective. You're just never really connected, never really clear. She's just floating around, it feels like. Which I understand why, and I understand that it's best told that way because we don't want everything to be clear and crisp and precise. But I just don't enjoy reading like that. Also, our main character, she's so much in her head and doesn't speak, which drives me crazy. Or when she does speak, she lies. And she's also like very self-pitying and complaining and having a rough time, which understandable. She's not in the best circumstances, but there are things going on that I will not tell you that I'm like, who cares if you're a little tight on cash right now? Do you understand what's happening? So this was such an enjoyable read. I'm so glad I read it. I feel like if I read this outside of the hype, like I just randomly picked this up at the library when I was 16 years old or something, and once I finished reading it, I would have just like tucked it away and hid it under something. You know, there's just something, it's not graphic, it's not gross or disturbing to me, but it's just like, what the heck was that? In a good way. What the heck was that is such a good thing. So to wrap things up, I read The Spite House by Johnny Compton for book club. That was a good time, not amazing. I read My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. Again, very much enjoyed it, but not a new favorite. And I read Bunny. Very much enjoyed it, not a new favorite. I understand why people love it, but I don't feel like I'm gonna be obsessed with it for the next 5 years. It was just like a fun, good time. But honestly, you could say that about even my favorite books that I read. I'm never obsessed with it for the next 5 years. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a great time. I hope you did too. And I will see you next time. Bye.